Welcome, everyone, to Analytics are for the nerds. We are entering week 5, and most people are still playing. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
What is your day looking like right now? Like
just Philadelphia cream cheese.
So my wife asked me to stop singing Wonderwall all the time, and I said maybe.
What does a nosy pepper do?
What?
It gets jalapeno business.
I need her forever. She had a life, Louis. She's a person. It's not about you, dude.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. That's something we're grateful for.
She didn't understand inflation. I got $5 for every Christmas in fucking 1984. 1994.
You hang out enough. You copy each other's facial hair and the double mustache and that is fucking gross. So welcome.
I do want to be clear though that I have earned one, and Lou is depressed. There's a big difference. Lou is still trying to convince 16-year-olds he's cool, and they keep telling him they don't want weed from him. They can get it from anywhere. So, there's a difference between mine and his.
Doesn't get old. I love it so much. Welcome, everyone. Happy week 5. Happy Wednesday at 7:30. I know pre-show we are full of energy. How's everyone doing?
It feels good it feels good to record a little bit earlier. I still have a little bit of energy. I'm not high yet, sometimes. So I just got home from the gym, so I'm not out of my mind high.
Ryan's drunk. No.
Yeah, Ryan's hammered, obviously. But yeah, no, I just from our few minutes of talking before the show, I feel like it's gonna be a fun one.
Good. So how are we? We're feeling good. A good week so far. What's going on?
Right.
You're so good.
However good we are, we have to take off about 5 to 10% because we're not as good as Louis wearing a robe right now. A silk robe, like a Hugh Hefner style robe.
I gotta be
listeners only make a
watch this. It's got shorts too. Now listen. You said silk, and I have to correct it. It is it's silk with a Y. Just how I get the football jerseys that are spelled a little bit differently. The names are spelled a little bit different. Or it's kind of like that. It's silk SYLK. But I don't buy any of the more expensive stuff. But yeah, it's very comfortable loungewear. And did I do it as a little bit of a bit? Maybe. Did I do it to see if Ellie's eyes roamed the entire episode? Maybe, because as we get going here, more and more of my chest will be coming out for everybody. So it's I had not to get, you guys were both, and I'll just say thank you because you guys were checking on me a little bit. I had a hellacious week. I spent 4 days in the hospital last week with my child. Everything's good. Everything's fine. But it's been a rough week. So I'm ready to be here and in my robe, drinking some wine with you guys and talking some fantasy football.
Wait, is the bit you want me to look at you from this? What's the bit? I'm just trying to figure out.
Well, that's it. Because if I stand up, the ugly parts come out. I'm working on the gut, and I am down 28 pounds. No big deal.
Congratulations! That's really.
But and today I did bench more than I have since high school.
Wow.
I'm in the 220s weight wise. First time I've seen the 220s since my SATs. So I'm crushing the game. Absolutely crushing.
Well, I guess, Ryan, you and I can add Louis back into our thin person.
Welcome back.
You guys would never let me come out in public with you. Never.
Louis, that's really congratulations. I know you post enough about lifting weights, so I'm glad because I know it takes a second to figure things out, but you're killing it. You're killing it. Good job. Congratulations. And viewers, you might see nipples. Audio people, you will not see anything. So,
Unless you tune in later.
but so we've got a really very exciting person who's joining us today. I'm just gonna brag about it for a second. Number 6 ranked for running back accuracy. Please give it up for Bradley Stadler. Come on, Bradley, let's go. Number 6. How you doing? What's up, Bradley? Welcome back to the show. While we were talking nipple, we wanted to bring you on. I'm so sorry for that short intro, but so happy to have you. How's it going?
Oh, it's great. This is my 3rd time, I'm pretty sure, here on Analytics Are for the Nerds, and it's so great to see Louie, Allie, Ryan. It's awesome to be back. So thank you for inviting me, and I'm excited to get in. I looked at the show sheet, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really stoked.
Yeah.
Always a lot of fun. I wore the robe for you specifically. I do have to say this. I misspelled your name in the show sheet, and then you corrected me, and I gave you the laughing emoji, and I fucked up. But then when I shared in the actual post, I did it again. So I apologize by that. But everybody knows.
Louis, it's very common. In fact, I had to get my license remade 3 times the DMV because they kept saying Stadler. And I have an uncle. His name is Craig Stadler, right? But more famously, there is a Craig Stadler who is a golfer. His nickname is the Walrus. And so, I grew up thinking, well, he's kind of related to me, maybe. And that's like my 3rd point of removal from fame. So Craig Stadler, shout out to you.
Well, as a Western New Yorker, we are very prone to the hard A. So just so you know, so it wasn't intentional. I think it was just Louis being nature versus nurture. So just heads up. But welcome to the show. We are going to talk about a lot of fun things, sports related, and because I'm on the show, non-sports related. So buckle up. We've got a good show. And just a little bit, just before we get too into everything and nothing, I guess I'll talk about my week. I went to the dentist, and not to brag, flex. I have to get my wisdom teeth pulled. I only was born with 2, which means either I have really great genetics or really bad genetics. I don't know. But I thought I aged out of the wisdom teeth thing. So I'm a little nervous because I don't know if that's going to destroy this or enhance. So anyway, everyone, I don't know if anyone was an adult. Louis, you were an adult with braces. I remember that.
I was an adult with braces and for Invisalign, but because I wore them like a child, I was in them for 4 years because it was just, I would never wear them enough. I would, you're supposed to wear them 20 hours a day. And the pain of those things. And then you eat, and then you're like, and then you eat, and you're like, the relief that your mouth feels when those things are off. And I was like, oh, I don't need it. And then I would get claustrophobic at night, like falling asleep with them. Like there's just like a claustrophobia feeling. So I would just rip them off in the middle of the night. I'd wake up every day with just like braces attached to the side of my face. It was not a fun time. But it was I will say it was the best 7-year decision I've ever made in my life. My teeth are straight-ish.
Louis wearing a robe and talking about Allie's wandering eyes, and then he's talking about how he had to throw his Invisaligns out because, it's quite the contrast here.
It is.
Yes. Also, my wandering eye is just astigmatism, everyone. These are literal real glasses. I always say at 3rd grade, bifocals. Again, flexing. But okay, so we're going to talk a little celebrity stuff. We're gonna ease into the first one. We'll make this one sports related, just so everyone here feels comfortable and all of our listeners and viewers. But did you hear the thing about one of my this person I'm going to speak about is on the same level I have with Ron Rodgers, Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports. Do you hear about this and Tom Brady? I set all these things up like an 80s bad comic. I'm so sorry. You guys hear so sorry. But
the deal with
this is a ledge apparently. But after Dave Portnoy reported that the legendary Tom Brady will receive $75 million for the one-day Saudi Arabia flag football tournament in March 2026, Brady replied, quote, "Are we just picking numbers out of a hat and reporting them? Well, we're breaking news. Elvis is doing the halftime show, and Babe Ruth is going to sign some autographs for fans. Also, I heard Dave prefers floppy pizza. Who cares about facts, right?" Okay, who's the bigger dork? Tom Brady with a stupid reaction. Like, that's not even funny. Like, talk to your publicist. Or Dave Portnoy being like, "I got some inside scoop of Tom Brady, $75 million. Like, who's the bigger loser? Anyone?
I
Don't
mean,
cancel.
in an upset of all upsets here, I think it's Tom Brady is the bigger loser here. I mean, I do think it's relevant how much somebody is. I'm somewhat interested in that. I mean, you're accepting dirty money. I mean, the comedians that are over there now for the show. I mean, Bill Burr. I mean, how hypocritical is that? You know, you're talking about, you know, take a stand, right? Take a principled stand. Like Shane Gillis, right? Shane Gillis is he turned it down. So I don't know. I'm interested in it. So I think I'm thinking Tom is in the wrong here.
Excellent point, Ryan. Are you more offended about the issue with Saudi Arabia or that Tom Brady is going to be playing flag football?
I think, I'd say it's more so the human rights violations, but
Contact. Okay.
I don't like the fact that he's. I mean, the whole Saudi Arabia thing. I absolutely hate. I mean, now WWE and UFC are always there. They sold their souls to the devil too, and they follow the money. I'm not going to get political or care about that stuff, but I don't want Brady showing off any kind of flag football skills because I don't want him taking our boy Josh's fucking spot on the Olympic team when they play flag football, because Josh Allen wants that spot and on the Olympics. Like, there's no doubt about it. Josh is going if they offer it to him. It's between him and Lamar for the start. Maybe Mahomes, but let's have that conversation. Fuck fantasy. Who is no? But I seriously, I don't want any. I'm done watching Tom Brady play football. I did it for 20 fucking years. I hated almost every second of it. I don't need to see him doing anything more.
Yeah, Bradley, any hot takes?
I have to hand it to Tom Brady. He really stuck it to Portnoy with the floppy pizza comment. Like that. That is, if you're going to make fun of somebody, like, if you don't, like, for those who are at home don't know, like, Portnoy is known for his criticisms and opinions of pizza everywhere. And so if you're going to take a shot at somebody, like, at least make it relevant. And I felt like that was a nice little dig at Portnoy. Appreciate it. Even if it is dirty money, it's a very funny joke.
Yeah, and Dave Portnoy, I have many issues with him, but also, like, bro, you promote high noon, so calm down. All right. Bro. Okay, love it. And I can't wait. I'm very excited to bring up the flag football. We'll do that on another show. Maybe on our off season. No, actually it'll be mid-season when we do it. But great takes, everyone. So we're going to do one story about a breakup, one about a separation that came back together. But Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, they just announced this early this week that they are separating after 19 years. I'm a big believer of giving people space. I don't necessarily care because it's also, families are involved, yada, yada, yada. That's my PC statement. But who are they each going to date next? Now, Nicole Kidman has dated like very amazing people, very cool people, like Lenny Kravitz, and Tom Cruise. But I don't know. I'm very do we care about this? Do we think she'll go retired athlete? What's going on?
I think it just hurts my soul. Like the concept of people being together since 2006. And now you've been together for 19 years. Like, just stay together at this point. That's my take. That's my hot take, is you've already committed this amount of time. It's like exactly Tom Brady leaving the New England Patriots and going to maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, just you should have retired as a Patriot. Like, that's you stay with your team if you've committed that long. Just be the Tony Gwynn of the world. Like, just you've made the commitment. That's your career. That's your brand. Now you have to like question like moving forward, because these are not just like adults. These are adults who have been together for nearly 2 decades. Like,
Yeah.
now you have to restart. What does it mean to live not with this person? Like, it
Yeah.
seems as though they had just like within the last couple months made this decision. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe the reports are wrong, but like, it seems very recent. Can't you just work that? You've worked things out for 19 years before this. I mean,
I
come
get
on.
it. But Bradley, what if your deal breaker is blonde highlights and, you know, every 3 weeks your partner's coming home with blonder and brassier hair? What if that's, I don't know if I could, that might be, that's a hard no for me. If someone had if you saw what goes into highlights,
I don't know which one we're talking about when you say that. I swear to God, I was like, are you talking about Nicole? I don't know. I feel like they both
football highlights.
Does Keith Urban have longer hair than Nicole Kidman at this point?
He has like beautiful, chunky 1994 Ferrier by L'Oreal highlights. It's,
You guys are,
yeah.
I think you're burying the lead, though. I think the real reason she's leaving him is that after 19 years, she finally figured out that he's Australian. I remember how jarring it was to hear his real voice, and she probably thought he had this like country twang to him the whole time. And then she heard him talk in his real voice when she's like, "That's it, out." Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God, listening to Rick from fucking Walking Dead talk, like in interviews, I was like, it ruined it all for me. I'm like, this guy's from fucking England. What is going on?
So, follow-up question: is the Australian accent the least attractive accent there is?
No, it's not actually at all unattractive. It's just so jarring because you're like, how are you doing a country accent? It doesn't seem you can't do that. It breaks rules.
He's like, crikey, Nicole, I was wondering. Everyone sounds Scottish. I'm sorry, I can't do it, but they're both Australian, so maybe they were like, you too. I don't know how they talk. I can't. It's a hard one. It's always English. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into the sports world, everyone. I've got one more. This is kind of. Did you guys watch the Ryder Cup at all?
No, it was over before it started.
It might be.
I mean, it was over an hour into it. Like, I mean, they were so far behind that it was like, and they clawed back on Sunday a little bit, but it was right in the middle of football. I'm like, let me know when
if I want to watch a losing sports match, I got the Sabres season coming up, so I got plenty of time for that.
Go Sabres tonight. Let's go. LGS. Okay, so here's the thing. Did you hear about Rory McIlroy's wife?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so when she was at the Ryder Cup, Erica's her name, Erica Stoll, had a beer thrown at her head, was taunted about the brief split with her husband, Rory, in 2024. And she had to listen to people of Rory's fans chant the name of the woman who allegedly he had at one point. By the way, no, but it's to me, okay, yeah.
Such a good chant. That's like the best taunt ever.
By the way, she's not the one playing the game. She's like with her kid, being like, all right, I'm going to support him. Like, we got things back together. You just wanted Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban to stay together. She's in it. And people, they throw a beer at her. She's the one that's like the victim in this. And people are like, so one, are golf fans the cruelest of all the fans? And how messed up is that? Like, poor Erica, she didn't do anything wrong. Anyway,
that's hilarious. I'm sorry.
So what's funny?
She doesn't need a beer thrown at her.
No.
You don't want her to go. I don't want to go that far. She doesn't need. You don't need to throw beers at people. That's that. I'm not promoting physical. But as far as taunts go, kind of great. Maybe more suited towards him would be funny. But right. I'm sorry. Good humor is good humor, and that's pretty funny. And she dealt with it and came back. She deserves to hear that. You don't think she's gonna hear that girl's name for the rest of her life? She's gonna know that girl's name. She's chanting it to him at night. He's reminding him daily, probably.
All right. I'm so sorry, Bradley. Do you want to leave now, or do you want? I'm so sorry.
I just feel so bad for. I just feel so bad for her. Like she gets a. I mean, I couldn't even imagine getting a beer thrown at me, and I deserve it. Like. And okay, and it's also a waste of a good beer. Like, don't waste the beer. It's a party foul.
Yes,
that is a party foul.
It's party foul. But also, calm down, golf fans. Like, she didn't do anything wrong.
Plus, it's a super expensive beer. Like, you're not paying for a $3 beer at all these golf tournaments. You're paying like $20 a beer. Just don't waste the beer. Drink the beer. Don't throw it at the person's wife.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it's also to put some more blame on him for being the dickhead that did the bad deed, but two, like, he's becoming very unlikable. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, Rory was like one of those guys that like everybody kind of rooted for, and he is becoming. The more he speaks and talks, he's become. Oh, Ryan's got a real take on this.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we as Americans look like a bunch of asses at this tournament, and I really, it's like kind of just embarrassing. Like, I get it that there's competition and all is fair, and you're doing chants and stuff, but there's a way to do it without like being over the top. And I feel like we just like crossed the line. I mean, with the beer stuff, with the woman, the MC that was leading the "fuck Rory McIlroy" chant, like you can't do that. Like, I mean, let's keep it. It is still golf. Like, I mean, it is supposed to be. I heard Rory's comments about it being held to a higher standard and stuff. And I get it. It's tough to say that and then also like respond and taunt and get back in people's faces. But like, there was a lot of really, things that I wouldn't support. So I feel like you gotta rein that in a little bit.
To Ellie's point, just to wrap it up, to Ellie's point earlier, where she's like, her golf fans are the worst. They never were. I think the more that the sport is growing, it's becoming a party atmosphere at some of these tournaments. And I think the more people that are coming and getting into the sport, and the more personalities involved, right? Like, there's way more personalities involved in golf than there ever has been. The DeChambos and Rory and all these guys that are like have these vibrant personalities are a little bit off-puttish. You're going to promote a sports like atmosphere, an NFL game where people are drunk and stupid and this and that. And I think it's more like again, just the wrong people getting into the right sport type of thing.
Yeah. I'm going to blame it's too hot outside when people are golfing at 2 p.m. Okay, so and then you get uncomfortable because you're dehydrated. So I guess we're going to have to talk about football, everyone. We're going to move on. We are not doing Who's the Idiot.
No, yeah, we are. Okay. This was part of the Who's the Idiot question. Sorry.
So we're going to play a very fun game. Bradley, you'll love this game. It's called Who's the Idiot? This is where I ask a question and you guys have to convince me that you are correct. And then out of the group, I pick who is the idiot. It's totally not going to be Louis. So guys, that all makes sense. This is good. Okay, so we're the first question, and we're going to go. We'll do Ryan, Bradley, and then Louis. The first question is: who is one player that is rostered at or close to 0% who will make an impact somewhere this year? Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, Ryan first.
So my answer for this is Keaton Mitchell. So follow the thought process here. He's third on the depth chart right now behind Derrick Henry and Justice Hill, and he's been inactive for multiple game days. But he looked really good in the preseason, and he was recovering from injury last year. And if Derrick Henry goes down, they're not just going to automatically put Justice Hill into this like workhorse role. I think that's when they would elevate Keaton Mitchell. They'd keep Justice Hill in the same role. Yeah, maybe he'd get more targets in this pass in the screen game and such, but I think Keaton Mitchell, either for the Ravens or for another team, could really make an impact. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep a tab on him, and then potentially throw a dart in some deeper leagues if you have this space.
Where are we going next? Sorry.
You go, Bradley.
All right, I'll take this one. We just got news about this player earlier this week, for those who don't know, like one of the things I do at playerprofiler.com is run the news desk. So I've got the ins, maybe headlines that you may have missed. I've got my ear to the ground. I've been touching grass on the turf field, getting the beat writers, I've got their text messaging in the middle of the night. What do you think I'm doing at 3 a.m., guys? The New Orleans Saints have opened the 21-day practice window for tight end / quarterback Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill tore his ACL last year, and he is on his way back. The Saints need all the help they can get with their terrible quarterback play. And we have seen time and again Taysom Hill do anything and everything for the Saints. They are incentivized to use him. The fact that they are opening the practice window for him now, they've got 3 weeks to activate him. So they wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't a plan for him to start playing in the second half of the season. Juwan Johnson's been fine, but we know Rashid Shaheed has had injury history. Chris Olave he gets so many hospital balls down the field. Juwan Johnson has dealt with his injuries. Alvin Kamara's on the wrong side of the age apex. So Taysom Hill, he's going to get involved. He's going to get 7 to 12 touches by the time we're talking in week 14, week 13, and he is rostered 0% of places. And most people haven't even stashed him on the IR. So Taysom Hill coming back that's a player we need to be in on and making an impact later on this year.
I like that a lot, and literally made a note to myself that when I get off here and put in the couple hours of work I still have, maybe I'll see if I'm in a lot of deep 2 tight end leagues where he will have the tight end. You start two tight end, and he'll have that availability. I wonder. I'm sure that a lot of people are just storing them on their IRs, but I'll take a look. Ryan, to your point though, on Mitchell, I've loved him. I loved him in the preseason. I drafted a bunch of them, but he's 4. Ali is playing over him right now. He's been a healthy scratch. I do think if it got to be a situation where Henry got hurt, he jumps Ali, and so I like your point. It just I've wanted to see him get that opportunity, and the way that the coaches talk about him, they're just it's been not great. Like, he has always produced, he's always done well, but I never loved how the coaches have talked about Keaton Mitchell, mostly because of his health concerns and stuff. But I'm with you. It's like, as far as hope, there's that. But I think my guy here is somebody that I'm probably going to pick up a lot of today, hopefully. And so I'm giving you guys a couple hour heads up to beat me on some bids. But I think Michael Carter is going to be the guy to own here in Arizona, at least over the next 4 weeks when Benson's gone. Now, DeMarcado's there, but he's more of a pass catcher, and I think he'll keep that same role, and Michael Carter will be the more the guy that will run the ball the most. So I think he's good, and I don't think Benson, and I've been back and forth on this, so I'm not sitting here trying to make a definite take here, but I don't know if Benson's great. So if Carter comes in here and does good, he might even hold off Benson when he comes back. So at the very least, I think he's going to give you I think he's going to be the RB1 for the Arizona running backs here the next month. So I think that's at least a good impact he can make.
And just imagine how good he's going to look when Kyler Murray gets injured and they trade for Kenny Pickett.
Oh, hey, listen.
Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
Bradley, I know that you're an avid listener and you listen every week, and so you know this already, but I will just fill you in case you missed an episode or two, or the 37 that I've mentioned it. But I am very, very big. I've all off season, I thought that this was going to be Kenny Pickett to the Saints made the most sense, right? His offensive coordinator went to the head coach there. I just thought they didn't have a quarterback. I thought that happened. Then he goes to, he went to Cleveland. I thought he even had a chance to take that job. He got hurt, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Geno Smith threw 3 picks in the first half last week. I still think we got some Kenny Pickett life, but that's a whole nother who's the idiot question.
Getting Louis to talk about Kenny Pickett, though, is like having a relative talk about like old war stories. It's just like he cannot stop once he starts talking about Kenny Pickett.
Go ahead. Next question.
Oh, that is so good. I'd unmute myself because I'm still laughing. That is so good. It's so good. I love a World War II lover. Okay, so second question. We're gonna do the same order, okay? Wait, I'm gonna go reverse because I'll be honest. Ryan, the last 2 opinions were so good. I totally forgot what you said. No, it was good. Everyone had really amazing opinions. Okay, question number 2. What big time disappointment should you be attacking in Dynasty right now and why? Silky G, what do you got?
Silky G.
Gross.
His mic is off.
You're clippy. Okay. Up there you go.
He's
Clips.
muted.
There, almost there. There you go.
There we go. All right. Sorry.
There you go. Perfect.
I have a couple guys here, and one's a rookie, and I'm not going to mention. I won't mention him. Maybe one of you guys will. But the other guy I came up with is a veteran that's not doing much here, and T. Higgins. I think you can get really, really cheap right now, and especially on a bad team. Like I wouldn't want to be buying him necessarily on a team that can compete this year, because I don't think it gets much better this year. Obviously, it's been a little rough, but as a long-term asset in Dynasty, still young, still signed a huge contract. So one of 2 things happens, right? He's still either connected to Joe Burrow in this offense for the next 3 years, or looked into this, his post-June, like you would think on a newly signed 4-year deal, you can't get out of it. And he's there for at least for 2-3 years. His post-June 1st, trade details for his contract next year. If they trade him after June 1st, it would only be $3.5 million dead money, and they'd save $23 million in cap savings. So like that might, if someone trades for him, obviously, and takes on that contract, they're going to really put him into their offense. If he stays with Burrow, he's good. He's the perfect buy on a team like on a rebuild team right now. I think I'd be buying him for the price that he is today.
Real quick, because I just did an oopsie daisy according to your big hot take. Did I?
No, in redraft.
No.
You're talking about
redraft
dropping
is
Higgins in
different.
redraft? That's
Yeah,
fine.
we're talking about Dynasty. So
I know, but we think he could be good in 2-3 years. But right now, it's a good time for just if you're already. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine cutting him on redraft, and I think you sent us who you cut him for. Oh, you didn't? Who did you cut him for?
No, I did. I dropped him. Yeah.
You dropped him for like both of us like agreed with
that I was
your
okay.
choice there. Like that's fine. I mean, Higgins this year is pretty much a dead asset. And so why I'm saying to go ahead and go get him. Oh, Bradley doesn't love that. Why I'm saying is go get him now is that I think a lot of people are feeling that way. And I think if you have a win now piece that is way less than that, a win now team might take that piece, give you Higgins, and then you can, have that piece going into years future. So
I like the targeting of T. Higgins. This is a player who's consistently been a 20 to 25% target share guy. And there's like Jake Browning is not good. So he was last year, T. Higgins through, let's say like 70 to 80% of the season was out targeting and outplaying Jamar Chase. Like it wasn't until like the last few weeks where we saw a separation between Chase and Higgins. Virtually the entire season in 2024, they were neck and neck, the same player. So this is, if you're in Dynasty and there's a team that is trying to win now, and they have Higgins, like go get him, because that team who's winning now recognizes that Higgins is a weak spot. And it's really hard to bench Higgins because of the name and because you invested probably 3rd round. Like you probably drafted him in the 3rd round. So, it's really hard to not play a player like that. or even have him on the roster. So that's how I'd approach it from a dynasty perspective. I think that's a good call, Louis.
Who's your guy?
Well, he's a rookie, so hopefully this is your guy, Louis. This is Travis Hunter. I think this is Ryan's like, oh,
not my guy, but go ahead.
It's Travis Hunter. I think that the coaching staff is still figuring out how to use him. Number one, offense, defense. He was benched on defense like 2 weeks, whatever it was. This is a player who crushed in college. He didn't have he had Shedeur Sanders as his quarterback, which maybe the Browns should be playing Shedeur Sanders instead of Dylan Gabriel. But that's for another conversation. Travis Hunter is really, really good. And so the coaching staff, I think, is the fact that they're not putting him at 100% wide receiver right now is a mistake. And that's why maybe they're not playing as well, because he wasn't getting all the reps. He wasn't getting all the snaps. I think year 2, Travis Hunter is where you're going to see a massive, massive shift. And you're going to see a 1A, 1B situation with him and Brian Thomas. Thomas is getting the targets right now and it's not translating great, but yes, go get Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter was
podcast.
also, that was also going to be my pick. So that's a great choice, Bradley. And I think either one of two things is true. Either he's like generationally one of the worst number 2 overall picks in history, or he turns it around and this is a once in a lifetime buy low window. And I think the latter is definitely true for every reason that Bradley just said. But I'll give you somebody I think it's somewhat in the same bucket, albeit with less draft capital. I'm going to go Luther Burden. I still feel like DJ Moore is not long for the Bears. I mean, Adunze already looking like the number 1. And I wonder what the offense looks like when Ben Johnson has it, completely where he wants it to have it, with Loveland doing what he does and Burden being a really big part of that offense. So it looks like the buy window is still open despite a big performance from him last week, but because his snap share is still pretty low. But if any manager is panicking right now, I think you should go and buy him. And if I hadn't drafted him in basically every dynasty league, I would go and buy him, but I already have him everywhere. So I guess I just have to hold.
2 quick things. I think you're both so wrong, but our listeners know that. I just think Hunter's it was a miss from the get-go. I think he's a better corner than he's a wide receiver. I think they end up figuring that out. But again, sure. I came up with a quick name that I think is a perfect go get T. Higgins guy, Cortland Sutton. I think you could trade Cortland Sutton straight up to the Higgins owner. He's still producing. He's still done. Higgins will give you way more in the future years. Okay. Sorry, Ellie. Go ahead.
No, this is all really great stuff. I'm trying to figure out, do we want to talk about sports or do we want to talk about something stupid and trashy?
Your question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm figuring. I guess I'll go sports. Let me go. No, I'm going to do this. We're going to not go sports though. We'll do, okay. Semi question. Defense. Am I putting Minnesota or Philly in this weekend?
Minnesota, 100%.
Okay, real quick round robin, because I have a trash question I'm going to ask you.
Yeah. No, Minnesota.
Minnesota against a rookie quarterback in London. Yeah, I think I'm going there.
Let's go. That's what I thought. That's locked in.
Yeah, Minnesota's already been in London too, so it's not like they've had a week to acclimate. This is like almost home field advantage for Minnesota.
Yeah,
it's the first time we've seen something like this, right?
Yeah.
Where a team has been there for 2 weeks straight. I'm really interested to see how that works. The over-under is so shitty. It's like 36.5. Like I don't expect a lot of points, but still I'm wondering how better Minnesota looks.
All right. So now this is my white trash question. You're welcome. Welcome, Bradley, again. So your brain remembers insults for 20 years, but forgets compliments in 30 days. What is that insult from 20 years ago that you still remember?
Ooh, that's really That is the best question you've ever asked. That's a good one.
Yeah.
One, just before you tell who answers it first, I remember every compliment forever. I never
love
forget.
it.
I write them down. I have a journal of them all. But
You're my
all right,
boy.
who do you want to start?
Does anyone want to go first? Because I know that's a very tough question.
20 years ago.
I know.
How
And then
old am I
you
now?
can always start
41.
as a mean dad comment, a childhood trauma, to just a.
I know
a
you're
mean-
you're bringing up some trauma.
I know. So sorry, everyone. Bradley, do you have one on top of your?
I do. So
Oh,
this is great. So for those who don't know, I am a principal of an elementary school, and it's a small school. And so this is what is it? Year 12, year 13 in education, my second year being principal. But I remember, so this is my second year being principal. I remember my second year being a teacher, and I had a mentor teacher that year, and she wrote a note on my mentor log, and she said, Bradley is incorrigible, meaning that I wouldn't change. I am headstrong. Like, I'm not going to make any and I was just so put off by that I decided I was going to keep doing what I was going to do. No. But it like really stuck with me because like I saw myself like grow so much in like being an educator and empathizing with people and empathizing with students, but also with like faculty and staff and growing through that. Like part of it is just finding these like I'm the comeback kid. Like I was rejected from my dream school out of high school. And then I became I went there for grad school, and I have both the rejection letter and the acceptance letter next to each other framed in my office right now. And so these are things that motivate me. And like the rejection and those comments of like, I'm not going to make it. So yeah, it stuck with me, and that continues to like motivate me as an educator now. And I showed someone like this framed thing just yesterday in my office. So like, that's just part of my story. I don't know.
That's cool.
wow, that's congratulations. So you're gonna forget that in 30 days, but
Thanks, Allie.
but congratulations. What a really cool story. And you know, one of my favorite movies is Sound of Music, and Kurt was told he was incorrigible, and he held it with pride because he didn't know what it meant. But there's something very amazing about that. And do you want to give a shout out to your alma mater or no?
Yeah, University of Notre Dame. Let's go. Go
Oh,
Irish.
okay, Regis Philbin.
Go Irish.
Oh, now I've got my the Ohio State guy next to you in the box, which is Ryan. Ryan, do you have your biggest?
I'm sorry, guys. I've racked my brain. I cannot think of a single time I've ever been insulted in my life. But
Ryan, you suck.
Thank you. Oh, I'll never forget that. It's so impressionable. But I am going to give you a time that I was the one dishing out the diss, so to speak. And this was a very ironic thing. So I was sitting around one evening. I was watching the Buffalo Sabres game, as I usually do in December in miserable Buffalo. So I took a picture, and they showed this guy after a goal. And this guy is standing in the stands, and he's clapping. And I literally took a picture with my phone of the TV screen, because the way, and I posted it to Twitter, and I tweeted out, why does this guy's forehead look like the Amazon logo? And because it did, the way there was like a little like indentation that had like the little smile thing. Well, I go to my soccer banquet that year. I coach a high school soccer team, and turns out he's the father of a player on the varsity team, and he's a father of one that is still currently there. And he approached me. He's like, why'd you have to own me so bad on social media? I was like, what are you talking about? He showed me the thing. I was like, that's you? I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Buffalo is a very small town, everyone.
Yes.
Wow. I am so uncomfortable. This is new. This is fun. I like it. Louis, your childhood trauma.
I feel like there's no way I've been insulted so much that I have thrown it all out of my brain because I cannot come up with one now. I think that just makes me strong. I think I'm just a strong human being, that I'm the opposite. I take all the compliments, I store them forever, and the insults, I'm like in one ear, out the other. Are we talking it has to be 20 years? Does it have to be my year 21, or does
Mine was 10 years ago, Louis?
Okay, yours was okay. So then, it wasn't just that. Here. You want to bring? This is really funny. My mother never is a compliment. We could talk 40 years. You want to talk about 40 years? Never will there be a compliment. My ex-wife, me, and my mom were sitting together literally just a week ago, and we were talking, and my mom goes, you really look really good. You've been going to the gym. You look like you're getting better. You probably only need to lose 20 more pounds. And my ex-wife goes, you were so close. You were so you were this close to get your first compliment ever from your mom. You were this close. Legit, she was
the backhanded compliments. Louis gets them all the time.
Mommy, do you love me? And then it just was and that was later. My Nikki was like, "Oh man, you were so close. You almost had it."
She's probably seen everything that your mom has said to
one day.
Wow. Okay, so that was kind of fun, right?
That was fun. That was a good one.
That was
so
fun.
In 30 days, Louis is not going to remember the second part of his mom's comment. He's only going to remember.
Also, you said 27 pounds, 28 pounds.
28 pounds in probably
Your
now 2 months.
50 pounds from a month. What?
I will say that she's not wrong. My goal is I need to get down 20 more pounds, and then I will be that's my goal. Wait.
So once you lose that 20 pounds, it's just a compliment.
Yes, yes, and finally, it's back to a compliment. Finally, I forget about that, or it's what's motivating me to get that. You don't have to tell me what I can do, Mom.
So good. Do I have to label this week's idiot?
You do have to call somebody an idiot.
Okay, and this person's gonna hate me, and he won't. But Ryan, you are this week's idiot just because you gotta answer my question. I mean, even though I get it, you had great takes. Louis copied one of your answers, but
I feel like he copied one of Bradley's answers. All right.
Yeah, but Bradley is not the idiot of this week, just so you know. Bradley was.
yeah. You can't call after Bradley had that motivating story about overcoming his insult. You can't be like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're an idiot."
Bradley
was there. I knew it was between
when
me
you
and
were
Ryan.
Googling what incorrigible meant, and me, Ryan, and Bradley were like, "Oh my god!" But then, just because Ryan, I think Ryan can handle being called one this week.
I'm cruising. Doesn't matter, guys.
Doesn't bother me. I don't think Silky G could handle it this week. So
we're gonna skip the next thing. Although I'm very interested about talking about that another day, but we're really running behind. So let's go into this.
We are doing the cats and dogs of the week.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Trying to get our two boys ready to carry them to the golf tournament before practice. Right. 12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. We need to get a new screen door, but the screen's broke. So you can come in through the screen, but you can't get back out of it. I turn and look, there's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, "What are you doing in here, little kitty cat?" By that time, the cat turns, tries to get back out. That screen won't go that way. Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. And I told our players, we need more dogs. Bo's barking in the back. I have to go shut Bo up. Mel's like, "What's going on?" I said, "There's a cat in the house." "Cat in the house?" I said, "Yeah, there's a cat in the house." So I told our players, I tried to let it out the front door. Meow, meow, the cat's still going crazy in there. And I told our players, "You need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
We need more dogs, everyone. So I'm going to omit my take this week because I probably was more the idiot of the last segment. Ryan was not an idiot. So we're gonna do your idiot is the good of the week. Cat is the bad of the week. So Ryan, because I owe you this, we're gonna go first with you. Bradley, you'll be second. Louie, you're third.
And then let's just do. Why don't we do all of our dogs first?
Dogs first.
Yeah, we'll do all of our dogs first, and go through cats.
Okay, perfect.
Louis, we talked about accountability last week because he nailed all his picks, and this week he's not mentioning a single pick from last week.
Can you guys, Bradley? I know we're gonna run a little bit over. How are you doing on time?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, because I do want to do a little bit of rundown because I had it all written out.
He's literally the boss, so don't worry.
No, a rundown from last week. Me and Ryan both had Kyler as our cats at quarterback 16. I would say we were right. I had Gibbs as my cat at running back. He finished running back 16. That's kind of what I said. I said it wasn't going to be brutal, but whatever. Metcalf I had as my cat wide receiver. Obviously, he crushed. I will say the comment he made after the show, on like Thursday or Friday, he made a comment in the media. Was like, they were like, "Oh, you're gonna look around at tourist attractions." Like, man, I'm here to play football. And I was like, let's go. Fuck, man, I'm so mad. I called him my cat.
That's a dog move, right?
I will say that's a dog move. And I picked Ertz as my tight end. He was tight end 22, so I hit that. Ryan, you shared Kyler. But listen, Ryan crushed his cats on some weird shit. He picked Jalen Warren, doesn't play because of the injury. He picks Tyreek Hill, gets hurt. So, like, you smoked it, but I don't know. And then Andrew's tight end 26. So you did really good in your cats. Real quick on our dogs, I did, Jordan Love at my quarterback 6, good. Dobbins, running back 26. At Olave, wide receiver 34. And that was kind of where he was ranked. Hawkinson, tight end 23, not so good. Ryan May, quarterback 8. Jordan Mason, who we all loved, had a bad week, running back 36. Pearsall, really, really bad game, wide receiver 47. That's a hit, or that's a miss. And then Ferguson, tight end 7, which where he was ranked, but of course, another good game. Real quick, just want to show this. The top 12, all the tight end ones last week is insane. The tight end ones last week, the top 12, Goddard, Waller, Tyler Warren, sure, Pitts, Jake Tungus, Tommy Tremble, Jake Ferguson, Hunter Henry.
Tommy Tremble, go Irish.
Is Tommy Tremble a wrestler? What is that name? That's
exactly. AJ Barner, Dalton Kincaid, Mitchell Evans. Carolina had 2 tight ends in the top 12 somehow, and then Hunter Long wrapping out the top 12. So tight end has been very weird this year. It always kind of is, but it's tough to go. So yes, I'm sorry. That was the recap there. Go ahead, Ryan, with your dogs.
Well, just as a preview, my cats are going to be all the Kansas City Chiefs if the injury luck stays true. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to wish that on anybody. I just though, I guess. All right, my dogs this week at QB. I'm going to go with Drake May again. I'm going to repeat. I love this matchup against the Bills, and I don't know why he's not like a consensus top 5 quarterback. What else does the guy have to do? He's one of the best quarterbacks, I think, and he's got a high rushing floor, and they're going to need to throw and score a lot. So hell yes, fire up Drake May this week. I am picking the rest of my dogs. I'm also picking 2 more Cleveland Browns, which is very scary to say after you should definitely fire up the Minnesota Vikings defense. But I'm picking Judkins as my dog this week. And the reason is because I think they're going to do 2 things. They're going to, the Browns are going to try to manufacture touches for Fannin, and they're going to run the shit out of the ball. And I think Judkins is good for 22 touches and like 5 or 6 catches. And it may not be a ton of points, but he's going to be, getting 20, real life points, but fantasy points I like.
Ryan,
and
you told me to pick up Fannin. Do we love Fannin still? We don't love him anymore.
I do. I'm still holding out hope for Fannin. Yes,
Bench.
I'm not losing
Bench.
hope. Yep. And I'm gonna, again, this is a risky pick. I'd say arguably, wouldn't think so before the season, but McConkey is my dog of the week. I'm betting on a turnaround. I think this is the week. You have a really good matchup against a Washington defense that has really no pass rush. And I think that's going to be, I get that the Chargers have some offensive line woes right now, but I think it's going to turn around and he's getting the target still. I know they haven't connected. I think this is the week. So, we'll see if I'm right, but that's my pick.
Awesome. All right.
Who's it? Brad or me? Sorry.
Bradley.
Well, Ryan, this makes me feel good because I also have some Chargers on my dogs list. So Justin Herbert, there we go. We're stacking with anyone and everyone because you have Quentin Johnson, who has taken the year 3 leap. It's clear that they are getting him the ball everywhere and anywhere, and he's looked okay. He's passed the eye test. So he's the leading target share earner on the Chargers through 4 weeks. Keenan Allen was a player that throughout the entire offseason, it's really hard. So to take a step back, I do projections, and it's hard to do projections for players when they don't have teams because you can't put them into an environment. So I had to create a fake team called Team throughout the offseason to if Keenan Allen signs anywhere, where could he possibly on average be? And last year he had a 22% target share on the Bears. And so I was like, well, target share is probably the stickiest thing that's year to year. And Keenan Allen, wherever he lands, he's going to be. And then he lands in the most opportune place, which is the Chargers. So that's what he has as a 21% target share this year. Copy and paste. Great. And then you have the rising piece of my other dog this week from the Chargers, Omarion Hampton. It was his breakout week in week 4. He's going to continue to crush. The expert consensus right now for Omarion Hampton is 7, and I think he can go even higher. We mentioned how Washington, they're getting Jaden Daniels back this week, so that means shootout potential is in play. I am monitoring the Debo injury though, and that's why Debo is on my cat list. Sorry, we're getting cats mixed in, but the reality is that he's dealing with an injury. Getting the quarterback back is good, but I have concerns about Mr. Fragile. That is Debo Samuel. So I have 2 Chargers in the dog list. I'm staying interdivision. Xavier Worthy is my wide receiver dog. Week 1 back from the injury, he was getting targets. Rashee Rice is still out. And so we saw 2 rush attempts go for over 30 yards total, plus 5 catches for 80 yards. This is a player that's he's explosive, and just getting him 7 total touches in the game is going to make him a major winner here. So Xavier Worthy, and then we'll go back to the well with Ferguson. Why are we moving away from Jake Ferguson when CeeDee Lamb is still very questionable and George Pickens is a wild card? Ferguson is the staple. He is the high floor player that will continue to produce for Dallas. So those are my dogs.
Hey guys, if you guys want to know really good guys that should be good, listen to Brad and Ryan because they just picked good guys. I'm gonna go a little bit off the cusp and try to tell you guys that are on the bottoms of the rankings that I think might be good.
Yeah, oh yeah, everyone, Lad McConkey's in everyone's wide receiver 1.
No, you're right. You're right. But to the point, do you almost have to start Lad, right? If you, Bradley said this earlier, when you have this high, draft capital, people just feel like they have to start those guys.
I picked 2 Cleveland Browns, and they're playing a rookie quarterback, and you're calling me.
I'm just fucking with you. Shut up.
Louis, wow, Ryan, Louis taking a shot at me. Okay,
Ryan,
you don't have to be insulted. Ryan is immediately insulted here.
Ryan had 2 glasses of wine. He is
audio listeners. There's literal punches being thrown. So
if we could just go back to that segment about the last time I had somebody say something bad, I wouldn't be called the idiot now because I just talked about how Louis said.
And I felt bad.
I had Catholic guilt about saying that. So I'm really
She's still feeling it. If you called me an idiot, you wouldn't have any guilt. All right. My dogs at quarterback. I am so like we have been way too late to this game. And the only reason why it's a little bit scary is there is that chance that he gets pulled at any point for the rookie. But Spencer Rattler is my dog of the week here. He has so much rushing upside. He's running the he's averaging more than Stroud, Lawrence, Penix. Like he's doing fine. And he against a Giants team that this should be a close game. It's a 2-point spread. Like it might be go back a little bit and forth. I love Spencer Rattler this week. My running back dog, I called last week. I texted Mike Shope, our friend. I texted him. There is Chubb is dead. It's Woody Mark season, and it happened. And I think it's going to keep going. My dog is Woody Marks this week. Wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, and this is in the San Francisco offense. There's going to be production no matter who's out there. Now we know that there's no Purdy, Jennings, or Parasol. Mac Jones is even questionable. I would assume that he's going to end up playing, but Bourne's going to be the only guy out there at the wide receiver position. I think he eats because that offense just eats. That eat might be 8 catches for 62 yards, but that's a great day, and then my tight end, listen, call me playing to the last week or whatever, but Waller is like in the consensus rank still in like the 20s this week from what I've seen. And how from what he just came off of, how after the Tyreek Hill injury, and how after we just saw the top 12 tight ends from last week. Darren Waller should easily be a tight end 1 this week. I'm just going to run into my cat so that way we could kind of boomerang back through Bradley and then back to Ryan. Cats, Baker Mayfield this week. It really has nothing to do besides it's Ryan picked him. It has 2 things. One, it's really hard to find a cat in that top 12 to 14 guys. They all have really good matchups. So like there's really no guy that I expect in that top ranking to have a bad week. Baker has a tough matchup against Seattle. They've been really good against the pass. I'll go Baker there. At running back, Alvin Kamara. Again, last week I called Chubb. It's over for Kamara. Like Kendre Miller is going to, I would almost bet that Kendre Miller has more fantasy points for the rest of the season than Alvin Kamara. Like that's how hot takey I want to get with it. I think Kamara is done. Wide receiver. Again, this is hot takey, but it's only just someone that is up here. That's just going to be a little bit down here. Justin Jefferson. That's a tough matchup. And it's, they're that over under, like I said, is 36.5. Like I just don't see a lot of scoring there. Addison's back. Hawk has not been getting involved at all. They got the good running game with Mason. I just think that he's a top 10 wide receiver everywhere. I think he'll be kind of closer to a wide receiver 2 this week. And then Hunter Henry, surprisingly, for my tight end, and I didn't think I'd get there. When I was looking at tight ends, or just thinking about the Bills game as a Bills fan, he was somebody that I would legitimately worry about. But the Bills have been insanely good. They've let up like an average of 3.5 points to tight end so far this year. And it hasn't all been garbage. Andrews, Juwan Johnson, Mason Taylor. But it hasn't been all garbage of guys that go. So I'll pick Hunter Henry as my cap. Go ahead, Brett. Sorry.
It's good. I'm going to go with Bo Nix as my cat against Philly. Philly's defense is tough. This is a game that is in Philadelphia. And I think that, Nix had Denver had a good game last week, week 4 against Cincinnati. And this is the recency bias if anyone is moving Nix much higher because Cincinnati is just so bad. that anything and everything went Denver's way, and I don't think that that's going to happen against Philly in week number 5. Pollard is my cat. Tony Pollard is at running back. Tennessee, number 1, they're not good, but number 2 is they're not good. Calvin Ridley is dealing with multiple injuries. Their number 1 wide receiver. Cam Ward is dealing with stuff. What else? There was one other point, and now I just lost it. Oh, Tazi Spears is supposed to be working his way back. He may or may not be back, but he can be activated from the injured reserve. So we will see whether Tennessee does that. Either way, Tony Pollard is in trouble. Debo, I mentioned already, is my cat at wide receiver. And then what goes up must come down. So if I'm high again on Worthy, I'm going to be low on Travis Kelce. Also, this weekend is the release of Taylor Swift's new album, which means that he's going to be listening and talking about the new Showgirl album all the time. That's what's going to be on his mind, is supporting his fiance in her endeavors, his billionaire fiance. So that's where his mind is going to be at. It's not going to be on football. So he's a cat for week number 5.
Ah,
I love
it. I'm going to say I don't give a rat's ass about anything other than me during the week. So I respect your that he's a feminist. So I love that. Those were and then do you guys want to give a little hot take on Bradley's big no? I was gonna say great takes, everyone. Great takes. Everyone has really
Ryan still has to go with those cats. Sorry.
Just quickly, agreed on Mayfield for the cat for quarterback for the same reasons as Louis. Tough defense against Seattle.
He's also hurt.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
He's also hurt.
Yeah.
There are multiple injuries.
Yep. I didn't realize I did this. I have 3 Buccaneers on this list, so don't start the Bucs this week. Rashad White is my running back. I feel like people are just like expecting him to jump into this role. I mean, did we forget that Sean Tucker exists?
Yeah,
I understand that he hasn't done anything lately, but I just feel like NFL teams really like roles for players, and they don't want to change their roles. So Rashad White's still going to do the same stuff, and I think Sean Tucker is going to step into the Bucky Irving role. Igbuka, believe it or not, one of my favorite players ever, is going to be my cat of the week. Believe it or not, I think this is not the week to start him. If there's ever, if you have a tough call, I think I'm not saying don't start him if it's an obvious call, but in tough calls, bench him. And then Bowers, I still don't think his knee's right. He's still got the brace on. He's not moving fluidly. And I think and this is just like a 1 week thing, I think he's going to get right eventually, but I just don't think it's going to be this week. So he's my cat.
I'm with you. I almost picked him.
What?
I would legit start like Ferguson over him this week. What we talked about earlier with like the craziness of the tight end position, you almost have to start him. But yeah, I might be benching him in a couple places this week. It's getting that bad.
I'm gonna just be that annoying person. I have for my tight ends, I have Bowers, and I also have Fannin. And Bowers is a point fairy. He is so good. All right. Okay, I'll take it. Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, he's been struggling. But
no, he's just so good on my team. Okay, so we're gonna do something very, very quick. We're gonna try to speed. We're not gonna necessarily talk about what we're doing. We're gonna be very fast, but in honor of the great Bradley, we are doing the best Brad's draft. So we're so happy to have you on, and you are so brilliant and interesting, and you have such a good trauma story now. But we're gonna do the best Brad's draft. So Louis, what is our order?
Here's our draft order. Actually, Brad got the number 1 pick, so you can pick yourself. Ryan 2.
I won't.
Ellie 3, and I am 4. Let's run through. Try to get this.
Swift. Very swift.
Go ahead, Brad. Who's the number 1, Brad?
Number 1 pick in the Brad draft is the Ken Barbie doll Brad. Ken's best friend.
Yep.
Love it. That is a good little throwaway at the 1-1. Okay. That's a big mix. Rye.
Well, anytime you can get Brad Pitt at the 102, you got to take Brad Pitt at the 102. I mean, easy pick here.
Yeah. for sure.
Yep. I'm going with the other great Brad, who is coming out with the new movie in November, Bradley Cooper. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one. I'm gonna go with Brad B-Rad Gluckman from America's Most Wanted.
Nice. Good call.
I
B-Rad.
like that, and I'm gonna go. I need to get this now because I'm afraid of Ellie. Bradley Noel, the lead singer and guitarist of Sublime, definitely up there for me. So I got to get that before Ellie takes it. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
Back to you,
Is it
Ellie.
Ryan or me? Me?
You.
You are a monster. I hate that you took that. But I'm going to now go with a very great comic with a great venue, Brad Garrett.
Nice.
That's great. Yep.
All right, I'm going to go with a country singer who I believe is not Australian, Brad Paisley.
That's good.
There you go. Very good. Very good.
All right, I'm gonna close out round 2 with not a name but an image. So give me a moment. I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh,
this is a whole thing.
He had.
So you gotta. I think you need to pull it up.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see if I oh, hold on. I got it. What is this, Brad?
Those are called Brads.
Ooh,
the actual Brads. Okay,
those are actual Brads.
You are teaching me something.
They're
new.
office supplies.
Of course,
I
the
love a
principal would know
homemade
that.
book report. That's a book report accessory.
That is. Does everybody have more to blow through real quick or no?
We go fast. Go fast.
Brad Doherty, center for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Nice. Back to Rye.
All right, Brad Marchand. Hate him as a hockey player, but also if he's on your team, you gotta love him.
Nice. Allie.
Bradley Whitford, actor and great White House correspondent.
Nice.
So good. I'm going to go with Brad Johnson, the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, and Brad Thomas from Home Improvement.
Ooh,
that's good.
I'm gonna go,
back to Ellie.
I'm going to go Bradley, the name that my family used to get out of bills because we're Brady. My dad would say Bradley to get out of things. Okay.
Nice.
That's good.
I'm going to go with Milton Bradley, the game company.
Nice. That's good. Good pull.
Also, there is a Milton Bradley, former Cleveland Indians, Montreal Expos outfielder.
Yes, not him though. I don't want him.
Yes.
I want the game.
Not him. He was mediocre. He was fine for a couple of years. But all right. NBA champion Brad Stevens.
That's
classic. All right. Thank you, Bradley. Thank you so much for joining us for the third time. You might have the best trauma story we've heard ever. But Bradley, thank you again. Number 6 ranker for running back accuracy, which means you know your stuff. We would love to have you back again. Please, whenever, please. But honestly, good luck this season. This is Analytics for Nerds. We are so happy to have you, and we'll see you soon.